Now, for my next number, I'd like to return to the classics.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of On That Note. I'm Uncle Tumnus.
And I'm your girl, PC.
Today, we're going to be talking about some of our favorite instrumentals. Now, not talking about instrumentals that are already on songs and we like the beat underneath the lyrics and everything else. We talk about songs that were meant to be instrumentals and how much we love those. I think I went first last time. I'm going to let PC go first this time. We're going to see if we bump heads in a couple of places and we might even open each other's eyes or something. It's like, oh, man, I can't believe I didn't think of that or whatever. So we're going to see how this goes. Of course, if you haven't already and you like what you hear, please like, share, and subscribe. And if you've already subscribed, hit the notification bell so every time we put a video up, you'll know that it's up without having to go check for it. PC, your first instrumental.
Well, my first instrumental. I'm gonna go ahead and get this out the way because, like you said last time, don't be saving it.
Right. Yeah. You better get it off.
So, I'm gonna take us back to the Quiet Storm, and I remember this one. I don't know if they played it every Quiet Storm, but it was probably like every other Quiet Storm. And the group is Art of Noise, and the song is Moments in Love.
All right, Moments in Love. Now, I'm going to piggyback on that because this song is very similar, and it's by the same group. Okay. But it's called Love by Art of Noise. Now, the one that you're speaking of, it starts out like dun. Yeah. Okay, Love, which is another, I think maybe it's a spinoff. I don't know which one came first. Okay. But Love starts out like this. Then later in the song, it goes. But they're two different songs. It pauses, it goes pop, 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 pop.
Yes.
Boom, boom. That's Love. Moments in Love is the one that starts out. Dun, 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 dun,
yes.
Dun, dun,
oh my gosh.
Yeah, yeah. And see, by looking for that, I realized that that's not the version that I like. I knew there were two versions. I didn't realize they had two different names. So Moments in Love and Love. So we on the same page.
We're on the same page.
So yeah, so yours is Moments in Love and mine is just Love, but they're both by Art of Noise. I like Love better because it builds up to that.
Okay.
Yeah. You know, so whenever if you don't know what we talk about, most of y'all should know what we talk about, especially if you're in our age range. And maybe if you got parents in our age range, you probably heard the song.
Yeah.
It's a dope little instrumental. It sets like a really, really chill mood. It's a really cool song. And they did play, that's the first place I ever heard it was on the Quiet Storm with who? Nate Quick.
Nate Quick.
Again, right. Yeah. So, all right. Moments in Love, Love, Art of Noise. What's your next one?
Oh, you're not going to go? You just going to
I just went. Okay. I gave you Love.
All right. Okay. This next instrumental, and originally it was an instrumental. Our culture has taken it to another level twice. The original instrument, the group is called The Shadows.
Okay.
And the song is Apache.
Apache. Boom, boom, boom.
All right.
All right,
so,
go ahead.
Yes. So Grandmaster Flash did it first in The Fastest Man Alive. think all of us know it with the Sugar
Sugar
Hill
Hill
Gang.
Gang. Yeah.
Apache Jump
Yeah,
On It.
on it.
So yeah. So
Kimasabe,
technically,
jump on it.
Jump on it.
Yeah, right.
So yeah.
And
So
some people may
originally-
remember that one time an outtake from Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, they had Will do it, Phil do it, they had
Yes.
Carlton do it, and they
Carlton
even
do
had
it.
Little Nicky do it.
So yeah.
Sure.
So yeah, originally the song is a straight out instrumental. I think probably back in the 1950s or 60s, this group done it, and we just got a hold of it and transformed it.
Yeah, we do.
So.
Yeah, the culture did what it does. Right.
All right. Who you
Okay.
got?
All right. My next one
Mhm.
is a song. There are shorter versions of it, but the version that I prefer is like 9 minutes long.
Okay.
And it's Feels So Good by Chuck Mangione. In fact, the first time I ever saw that in a movie, I think it was either it was a Steven Seagal movie. It might have been Hard to Kill, but it might have been that, or I'm pretty sure it was that or Marked for Death. But I'm thinking it was Hard to Kill because it was playing like in an elevator or something. But I remember hearing that years because we didn't have access. If you didn't have an album, if you didn't have a CD, you couldn't just go play something. You didn't have streaming. You didn't have YouTube. You don't have Alexa, would you play? Or Siri, would you play? Like we don't have any of that. So we didn't have any of that then. So you didn't find, look, really, Alexa is turning on my TV. That is, like I'm saying, we didn't have that. No, we're not, and going to Amazon Music, about to play it. I cut the TV off. But so it was very few and far between that I heard that song. And when I was on my quest going to pawn shops and everything else to try to find CDs and songs that I haven't heard in a long time, it's doing it. It's doing it right now. I don't know why my TV keeps cutting off. Anyway, but back on my quest, of getting music that I hadn't heard in a long time, that never crossed my mind. I remember one time we were talking about beat making with my homeboy Rahani Said from Philly, lives in New York now. So shout out to Rahani. He was like, yo, I got this Chuck Mangione sample that I want to use. And this is back when we didn't have computer programs making beats or whatever. You had to have a beat machine and all this other stuff. So I remember him bringing up Chuck Mangione, and at that time I didn't know he was the person who actually made this. And I think he played every instrument on it because the instrumentation keeps changing every time through.
Yeah.
But the 9-minute version of Feel So Good by Chuck Mangione, that's my next choice.
Oh wow, that's a good one. Who I got next? Let me do Kool in the Gang. Summer Madness.
Summer Madness. I mean, in fact, they
Yes.
use that sample in Summertime, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I
by Will
believe they
Smith.
do.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow. Yeah, that's a good one, man. You know what I mean? That's
Yep.
back before JT Taylor got in the group. That's when they were mostly like a funk group who played all
Really?
that. Yeah, he wasn't in the group.
I did
That's
not know
when they start
that then.
singing. Like with
Was when
JT.
JT?
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. Get down
Okay.
on it. You
I
want
know.
it. And started all that like in
Yeah.
the late 70s, early 80s. But before that, they was like a funk group. They did a lot of instrumentation. Like, yeah.
Cool. Love them.
Yeah, cool. And the gang.
What you got?
All right, next. Now, technically, this isn't an instrumental. I got a couple like this. Technically, it isn't an instrumental. It has words on it, but it's mostly instrumental. But it's Riding High by Faze-O. I don't know if you know this song, but I'm gonna tell you who used. They didn't use a sample of it, but they used the actual. Like they actually probably recreated the melody and the beat to it. But you remember that song, "Tonight's the Night" by Kross?
Crisscross 9-5. Yeah. Who got you open, scoping out the track? It's no other than the sounds of the Dead and Mac.
That's Riding High. Yeah, that's Riding High. It's by Faze-O. Now, it doesn't sound exactly alike. You could tell they recreated it for that video.
Yes.
But the song, it's mostly instrumental. But, you know, he sings. Riding High. But it's mostly the instrumental. So, Riding High by Faze-O.
Limos, and all we kept saying was, please listen to my demo. 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 Please listen to my demo.
You're a little bit better than this one I thought you'd be. My next one. Everybody's gonna know this one, and I don't know. You probably wouldn't put it on because I think it'd be cliche, but Herbie Hancock, Rockit.
Rockit, yeah. Technically, there's some words, but it's a robot like Rockit.
Yes,
and that's like one of the first times I ever heard scratching on a song.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't the first time anybody scratched, obviously, but he was tapped in to hip hop culture enough to know to maybe pull that into the sound. Yeah. That was a very popular. I know people who are actually scared of that video. Because of all the robots and the legs and all that other stuff going on. It was like kids that were scared of the video. I mean, not me. I thought it was dope. For the time, it was like
it was different.
Like electro funk. Like they called it, it was calling it, it was a type of jazz at the time. But yeah, I remember that video. He got another song called Crazy that's kind of like that too. It's only got the words crazy in it. So technically they would fall into that. But Rockit was definitely the staple. Like that was it. That was the one. Yeah. And Herbie Hancock had been out a minute at that time.
Yes.
Okay. My next one. It's actually a jazz version of a hip hop song by one of the best, if not the seminal storyteller in hip hop. The song is by Slick Rick. It's called Hey Young World.
Hey young world,
The world is yours.
hey young world,
The world is yours.
young world, young world,
The world is yours.
young world. This rap here
It may cause concern. It's
boring.
why don't you listen and learn?
Love, peace, happiness.
That once was strong,
But you to society,
even that's turned wrong.
times have changed.
Hey, it's cool to look bummy and be a dumb dummy and disrespect your mommy.
Have you forgotten
Who put you on this earth, huh?
who brought you up
And
proud?
who loved you since your birth?
But Gerald Albright does a version of it with a saxophone. And it sounds really good. Every time they're having
wow.
if I'm doing a gig and they're having dinner, you know, you don't want to play bangers during dinner. You want to have a soundtrack for discussion and conversation. And I always play Hey Young World. So that version of Hey Young World by Gerald Albright and somebody else, I just can't remember the other person.
All right. Let's see here. I'll go ahead and get this one because I know for sure you don't have this one on yours. The composer is John Williams.
Oh, I know. John Williams is the one that did the soundtrack for Star Wars and Raiders of the Lost Ark. Go ahead.
But this dude took 2 notes and made everybody afraid to get in the water.
Boom, boom.
Yes. It is Jaws. Originally, it's supposed to have been called The Swimmer, and anybody who knows me, especially my kids, know that I am a huge Jaws fan. So AME or AMC
Yeah.
has a Jaws marathon on. I'm watching all of them,
Yeah.
except for 4. I don't care about 4.
You care
but,
about 3 with Lou Gossett?
Yes.
Man,
yes.
all right. So hold on. We don't want to go too far off on a tangent, but I think it's important. Sell that movie to me.
Sell the movie to you?
Yeah.
How you? Okay, then. All righty. It is the brothers, and now that they are older, because it still places Mike and Sean is still the brothers that's in the original from Amity Island. So so now, hey, you know, the younger brother comes in and visits the other brother, which they're at this so-called
facility.
SeaWorld.
Yeah, right.
All righty.
A few minutes later.
What you mean? I mean, it's just, hey, you know,
you know what? Hold on.
Into it in the park.
You know where they lost me?
The baby.
You know where they lost me?
Where?
Whenever the shark is trying to get to them and they showing it do this on the outside in the water. That looks so fake.
Okay, then. Because I know that, but they can't go in reverse.
No. What I'm saying is, I got that. Only on Deep Blue Sea can they go in reverse. Yeah,
that's a different one.
But that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the fact that the way it was wiggling, it looked like styrofoam or some type of foam. It looked stupid. It looks stupid.
Yeah.
That's
and you know, do they have
and hold on, and the approach to the glass.
And I wish people would hear, because it's like 3 minutes, it's over 3 minutes. I wish people would hear the whole entire composition.
Okay.
They usually only hear that part with dun up, you know.
Well,
but
I've
you
heard
need to-
I've heard the scary music elements of it too, like a scary movie music element.
Yeah.
All that. Yeah. Like I've
You know,
heard.
so-
I'm gonna go back and listen to it though for sure.
So yeah, so you take it, you need to take the whole entirety because, you know, at the beginning of it, it's the pianos before it switches over to the violins.
Yeah.
And so you're like, okay, then you're in somewhere deep, somewhere dark. And then you feel like something evil is trying to rise to the surface.
Right.
So when it gets to the surface, how he builds it, okay, then this creature has this curiosity of where am I? You know, and as it's leading into it, you still have the violins going.
Right.
And then here's the introduction of the town, because in the movie, you know, Amity Island is where it's supposed to be at, is the, you know, the tourist capital of the world, even though they filmed it in Martha Vineyard. And it's just, you know, these, you know, this city is just naive and no, you know, almost not saying that they're invincible, but nothing happens terrible.
Yeah, right.
Here.
Yeah. It's kind of like if something like a wave of crime and murder actually came to the streets of Amity Island, but this is the water, and the water
it's the
is
water.
how they make their money.
Yeah. So, you know, you're hearing all this, the introduction of the island, but you still hear the violins.
Right.
You know, and how he merges that. And then you hear the collision of, you know, all this pretty whimsical, you know, the flutes and all of that stop.
Like that.
And then, dun-dun, you know.
Yeah.
And then at the very end, because everybody doesn't seen the first one, of course, they blow them up. But even that, the ending of it, you know, so even if you don't know, it's like, oh, something wicked is coming our way. And it's just takes this, you know, perfectly, I won't say holy or pure city, but, you know, this innocent, naive city, you know.
So to quote Biggie,
so it's,
if you don't know, now
you know.
Right.
So yeah, so it is beautifully put together. People just put more emphasis on the done up.
Yeah.
But hear the whole entire thing. It tells the story.
Okay.
So
cool.
I always thought that.
All right.
That.
So my next one also has vocals on it. No actual words that I know of. So there's music, but the voices kind of are the instruments. They don't really say words though.
Okay.
It's by Take Six and Sarah Vaughn, and it's on Quincy Jones' Back on the Block. That album.
Yes.
The Setembro. It's like a Brazilian wedding song. In fact, whenever Trey came in and was upset after that cop done put the gun to him and all that, he came in and, you know, he fight in the air. Mars Chestnut should have been Trey. I don't understand why John Singleton give me this role and he know I can't act or whatever.
Yeah.
And then, you know, she calms him down. I ain't gonna get into all that, how you go, you know. But when that happens, that's what's playing in the background. Actually, it's very brief in the movie. But
wow.
Yeah, the Setembro by Take Six and Sarah Vaughn, composed by Quincy Jones. I always thought it was beautiful when I heard it. I heard it on the Quiet Storm for the first time. But it's just, you know, it's there's instrumentation, but it's almost a cappella, if that makes any sense, because the voices are the most prominent thing on it. But it is, I love that song. So the Setembro by Take Six, Sarah Vaughn, composed by Quincy Jones.
Quincy Jones.
What you got?
Let's see here. I'm winding down. How many more do you have?
I think we both said we had a total of 8. We just didn't say what we had.
Yeah. I think this is another one that everybody knows in it because it's associated with the movie. Harold Faltermeyer is the composer, and it's Axel F. from Beverly Hills
Yeah,
Cop.
yep.
So yeah, yeah. So
And like,
yeah.
I remember they would play it in interludes, like whenever he was about to do something.
Pudding or smooth? Can I get
They would play a little bit in the background. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. Axel F, to short for Axel Foley.
Mhm.
That's Eddie Murphy's character. And
So,
yeah,
yeah.
Okay, that's synonymous with an era, basically.
Yeah.
So yeah. Nah, that was a good one. I didn't think of that one at all.
Yeah.
My next one,
Mhm.
since we went through with the movie theme,
Mhm.
my next one is Tour de France by Kraftwerk. And anybody who doesn't know the name of the song, a lot of people, especially in our age range, they've heard it before, and they've heard it in a movie, and the movie was breaking. And when Turbo was outside sweeping with the broom,
Room.
yeah, that's Tour de France by Kraftwerk. All right,
Okay.
so what you got next?
Let's see here. The group is called War, and the song is Lowrider.
All my friends know the low rider. The low rider is a little higher.
Oh,
That's a good one.
yeah, very, very good.
Yeah. When I hear it, I think of actually, even though George Lopez had it, as his sitcom's theme song, but it reminds me more of Cheech and Chong for some odd reason.
Oh yeah,
It just gives me that more of that vibe.
Yeah, I got you on that.
Then-
But going back to the George Lopez thing about how they
Uh-huh.
bouncing up, and the one little friend who has the really young face.
The low rider is a little higher.
And everybody, jumping into it was. I'm like,
It was
okay.
weird.
Yeah, it was weird. Yeah,
It was
Yeah.
weird, but yeah. But
yeah.
loved the song. Loved it before it, he made it known. But good song.
Okay. My next one. It's
Mhm.
actually a interlude before Brother's Gonna Work It Out on Fear of a Black Planet by Public Enemy. It's called
Okay.
Contract on the World Love Jam. And they play it right before the Brother's Gonna Work It Out video. It's like they play it on the album before that, but they also play it in the beginning of the video. But it's
Okay.
just it's an instrumental, and it's a lot of Terminator X like scratching his tail off through the whole thing.
Some foreign power, some group of terrorists, some individual concern.
Fighting an enemy. Fighting an enemy.
But it was really, I mean, it's make you ugly. Like you be like, so
Yeah.
Contract on the World Love Jam by Public Enemy.
Love them. Good group. All right. This is my last one. I don't know how many more you have, but
I got one more.
got one more. All right. Going back to the movies again. I love this. You know, one time I actually like, you know what, if I ever get married, I want to come down to this song because I just love it. The composer is Alvin Silvestri. I probably pronounced that wrong.
I don't know.
And Danny Elfman. I should have known he was somewhere
Danny
in there.
Elfman, yeah, I know. We talked
Yeah,
about him with Ghostbusters too. Yeah, go ahead.
Yes. And it's the Avengers theme song. And
Oh,
especially when they assemble.
yeah.
You know, there's the instrumental on one of them. There's, of course, everybody tries to mimic that, but just let it play. It is a very, very, I just love it.
Yeah. So is it like a
Just love
thrill
it.
ride? It takes you through, you know.
Yes. And there's a good section of it, you know, where, you know, it calms back down and it's very, very nice and it's very
Yeah.
like soft
Yeah.
moment. That's where I was like, okay, then I would take that piece of it and walk down the aisle, you know. But I always love that, you know, regardless of in which movie they play it in, it just does something.
Yeah.
You
I
know,
love that too. You
when
gotta
they
know.
assemble.
Yeah, anybody
Yeah.
who's ever paid attention to what's behind me, I'm a Marvel comic fan through and through. And I like other little things like Battle of the Planets. It's Gatchman in Japan or G-Force, but but yeah, I'm a big kid. So yeah, that's a good one. So my very, very last one is also from a movie. The movie is Mo Better Blues, and the song is Mo Better Blues.
Words.
Yeah.
I hate you. I don't know if you had seen on my Facebook page today, but I posted a clip from my Better Blues.
But I love
This
how
is crazy.
Yeah.
Oh,
I love how it starts out. Like it's really a trade-off between a trumpet and a saxophone. So it's Denzel Washington's character and Wesley Snipes' character. I think what Denzel Washington's character named Dap.
Dap.
Yeah. Anyway, so they're
Yes.
trading off. It's trumpet, saxophone, trumpet, saxophone on each like little stanza. But it's a beautiful, and at the very end they both play together.
But me.
But it's da 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 boom. You get them, you know, you get the piano. It's that song is beautiful and it's dope. It's kind of funky too. It's crazy. It's nice. It's dope. It's kind of funky. But that's my last one.
I hate
Mo Better
you,
Blues.
'cause I just posted that this morning.
What you want me to do? I gotta put what comes to my mind. So
And
we tapped out, right?
What? We tapped out. That's it. That's a wrap.
So we hope you like what you heard. Again, like, share, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell. That way you know whenever a video comes out. So Instrumentals signing off. For On That Note, I'm Uncle Tumnus.
I'm your girl PC,
And remember, we don't have to agree.
but we do have to talk about it.
Y'all have a good evening.